last day of the year of 2019. It's very exciting to finish up a year and start up a new one. 2nd of January though, feels like just any other day that we come across. So what we do every year is set up goals and then eventually slowly stop going for the goals. But I want this year to be different for everybody and to set goals that we can actually achieve and not only achieve, excel if we need to. Now, I have a few things that I wanted to talk to you guys about, and the questions that I need to ask is, what exactly do you want to accomplish this year? Now, for myself, I have gained quite a bit of weight over the year, and I have to lose this weight. Now, I need to lose this weight not only because I want to look good, but also because of my health. It's starting to affect my health, and I need to obviously go back to what my normal weight should be, which is one of my goals, obviously. But a goal should always be a must, something that is from the core, where you want to lose the weight or achieve whatever you want to achieve, but it has to be a must. It has to be something that you really need to do, and you need to find out your why, and why is it exactly that you need to lose that weight, or hopefully understand that whatever we focus on is what our life will bring to us, which is the manifestation, the law of attraction. If we focus on our problems, we are going to get more problems in our lives. Now, if we are more goal focused, and we should be, where we want to achieve all these things, and that's where our concentration is, that's where our life is going to take us eventually for the results. Okay, so your goals need to be something that has to be a must. You must want to do this. You must want to achieve this goal, but for it to be a must, it needs to have a emotion attached to it. Now, for me, I must lose weight because it's affecting my health. If I don't, it's gonna get worse. Who knows, by this time next year I may not be able to walk. Who knows what the hell is gonna happen. But my must is my why for doing certain things. Now, weight loss is not my only goal, as most people would only set a certain amount of goals. For me, there's a whole lot more that I'm going to set, but I am talking about weight loss as one of the goals, which I have already decided on, and the rest is coming through, let's just say. Now, every goal of mine is soul-searched reasons why I want to do certain things. Now, I have certain goals for my business. I have certain goals for starting new ventures and all those sort of things. Now, I need my why. The why is basically you having a reason that you actually need to do those things. Now, make a plan, okay? What strategies are you going to use to achieve those goals? How much work do you promise to put into it on a weekly basis, on a daily basis? Are you going to have a certain amount of time that you're going to dedicate to it? Are you going to dedicate, 9 to 5 you're working, so you know, you come back home, is it going to be an hour, or is it going to be when the kids go off to sleep at, you know, 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock in the morning, or 1 o'clock in the morning? You have to set time aside for it, and it's a daily thing. You have to make those efforts to actually work on your goals every single day. If it's weight loss, is it going to be once a day for what, half an hour, 3 times a week? Even small steps is going to take you to your goal. But it has to be a promise to yourself. Are you motivated enough to put that effort into it? If you can't do big chunks, are you willing to do smaller chunks of time that you dedicate within to yourself? It can't be something outside. When you promise something to yourself, you are going to try harder. Now, what new habits do you need to learn to form in order to achieve those goals? For me, I need to, for my weight loss, I would have to say that I have to achieve, I have to form new habits of doing exercise a few times a week. I have to form new habits of eating healthier. But what is it exactly that I need to do? I need to break it down. Am I going to do 30 minutes a day? Am I going to do, you know, once a week, a couple of times a day on, no, that doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right. Okay, a few times a week, you know, for a couple of hours, and whatever works. For me, it's very difficult because of my plantar fasciitis. I can't really walk as much, so I have to build muscle strength, and I have to do, you know, cardio or something else that is going to help me achieve those goals. Now, for me to form those new habits, I have to continue. I have to make efforts every single day to achieve them. Okay. Now, the next thing I would say is make a vision board of your 31st of December 2020, when you have basically achieved those goals. So I don't know, put up a picture of yourself when you were skinny, or, you know, business ideas that you have, put it up. If you were going to buy a house, if your goal is to buy a house, put up the house that you're sort of wanting, or, you know, going on a holiday, what holidays. So you're basically in your head putting pictures up for 31st of December 2020. You've already achieved these, and that's what you need to look at every single day. That's what you need. It's basically a reminder that that's there, and that's where you need to be by the end of 2020, which is going to help you do better for your own self, to improve your own self, to keep going on your goals. Now, what steps are you going to take? Are you going to basically start off 1 week and stop? Are you going to you know, do a diary? Yes, I will do a diary. I am doing a diary where I'm going to write down, okay, certain things that I have to achieve, and then mark it off. I think marking it off is one of my greatest achievements that I have come through running a business for over 5 years. I like to write down a list of things that I want to achieve on a daily basis and get through them, because sometimes having kids and having to, you know, tackle housework and business and, you know, running around doing chores and groceries and all those things can get a little bit overwhelming. So I have a checklist, and I basically go down the checklist and I'm like, okay, yep, I've done that. And for the week, you can have a checklist for a week that is in front of your eyes, and your vision board is in front of your eyes. You are more determined to do what you need to get through basically the things that you want to achieve for 2020. Now, a few other things that we want to talk about is a few questions basically that you need to ask yourself is, who and what do you need, or who do you need for you to achieve your goals? Do you need to have someone to push you? Do you need a personal trainer? Do you need to be in a group where people are basically encouraging each other? Join those groups, join those Facebook groups, or basically set yourself in a way that you are forced to achieve those goals, because it is so important to you. Find friends that are on the same path. That is so important. That there are people that want to do or achieve the same things that you're trying to achieve. Now, motivation. Okay, so a saying by Henry Ford is, obstacles are frightful things you see when you take your eyes off your goals. So if you take it literally, if your eyes are not on the goals, as in if you don't see what you want to achieve every single day, you will lose track. You will go back to your comfort zone. Now, learning how to achieve these goals is so important. If we haven't written them down, if we're not going through the checklist, if we're not using strategies to achieve these goals, if we're not pushing ourselves out of our comfort zones to get to these goals, life will get really hard. And 2020, 31st of December, you're gonna sit there and go, okay, well, another year has just gone by and I haven't done what I was supposed to do. I am still overweight. I'm still haven't established the business that I wanted to, or I haven't bought the house that I wanted to. So what have you done? Every year I feel like the year starts and the year ends so quickly. It's just, time is absolutely precious. Everybody gets 24 hours in a day. Some people make millions, some people do jack shit with it. Okay, that's the hard truth. The hard truth is that if we do not move our butts and start doing something in our lives, it's never gonna start. For me, when I started my business, I was scared. I didn't know if I will ever achieve what I really wanted to. I didn't have a goal. I didn't know how to set a goal, let alone have a goal. I basically knew the only one thing that I have always known is I always wanted to do my own business. Now, my motivation to start my business was my son, who suffers from allergies and asthma and all that kind of stuff. And one of the reasons that I wanted to work from home was because I couldn't work. I couldn't leave him in school and not be close enough to him to pick him up when I needed to. So that was my motivation to start my business. But I found something that I was passionate about. I've started something that I truly loved. Beauty therapy. So having done beauty therapy was waxing and facials and all that kind of stuff included into the package. But I decided that I was more passionate about doing makeup, because makeup was something, it's just an instant lift to any woman who, you know, sits in front of the mirror and, you know, whether you're going somewhere or however you're feeling, you put on some makeup and boom, it is an instant lift to your insides. You feel so good about yourself, even if you're, you know, usually you are feeling good about yourself, but if you're not feeling good about yourself, you totally change. And having an impact on people, women especially, was absolutely the best thing that I felt I could choose as a career. Now, having worked in a couple of salons and all that kind of stuff, I didn't connect. I didn't feel like that was something that I could possibly do. It's only because I've never liked having bosses. I wanted to be my own boss. I wanted to create something where I was in control. I was in control of hours. I was in control of when I wanted to work, when I didn't want to work. And I manifested this since I was a little child. Well, not a real little child, probably a teenager onwards, where I always wanted to do what I wanted to do was actually have my own business. I never had the support where I knew how to go about things in life. And when I started the business, I didn't know where it was going to go. All I knew was that I wanted to be a makeup artist and I wanted to do it freelance so I can work for my own self. And, you know, I started a home-based business and I'm still home-based. I love working from home. I travel to my clients if I need to, and I'm very pleased, but I need to push myself as well. I need to push myself to grow my business a little bit more. My kids are much older now, so I have the ability to I have more time now than I did before. I never wanted my kids to feel like I wasn't there for them. So I basically work-life balance. That's what I'm trying to say, is I had to find my work-life balance. I didn't want to be working and, you know, traveling and doing all those things, and I chose my life. I chose to change my life, and that was 5 years ago. What I started 5 years ago is now something that I'm so proud of. And if you don't start today, if you don't just say, that's it, I'm gonna do it, okay, if you don't work towards it, you're not gonna achieve it, okay? Ladies know me, because over time your business will build and build and build and build if you don't give up. I have suffered from depression, anxiety. I have gone through a marriage breakup in the last 5 years. So in saying that, if I gave up while all this was happening in my life, I wouldn't be where I am today. I would probably, well, I don't know where I would be actually, but I am very pleased because I made those decisions, I made those goals, and I just kept going through the hardest times of my life. And that's where I am today. I really, really want women to empower women to see that there is a way out. Mothers, I have 3 kids, okay? Mothers, truly need to see that there is a way out there. I cannot, like, I can't imagine how anyone feels being stuck in four walls and not being able to achieve their goals because they have told themselves they're housewives. Not that there's anything wrong with it, not there's anything wrong with being a housewife, but actually not having people understand how much is involved in being a housewife and how lonely it can get being a housewife. Yes, you do have time. I would say that if you are able to manage and find something else other than just being a housewife, it would greatly affect your mental health. You're going to be happier, you're going to be more satisfied if you find something that you're passionate about, that you are willing to achieve. Whether it's the smallest things like weight loss, even those things, like find a group of women who want to lose weight, or if you've just had a baby, find a group, go and join a group that is for new moms, and they support each other. If you're feeling lonely and you're not feeling connected, go and find those people, and you will eventually find somebody that you can connect to if that's something that you're lacking for the year. I just feel like there's a lot of women who feel like they're stuck. Not only, in Australia, we're pretty blessed. People are willing to, go out of the house, go do stuff. But there are countries where there isn't much to do. There isn't. I've been talking to quite a few people, and I've noticed that they don't see the opportunities. Opportunity doesn't come to you. You truly need to be open to the idea of opportunity. Sorry, I almost choked on myself. You basically need to keep your mind open to opportunities. If once you get to that point where you're actually looking for opportunities, you will see them. At the moment, if you're not looking for them, you will not see them. As I said, it's your focus. Where you focus is where you're gonna find the information that you're looking for. What I'll say is, I think I have spoken for quite a while now, so let's make 2020 count. So very important that we make 2020 count. If you haven't set your goals, if you need help setting goals, contact me. If you don't want to, I'm sure there's some sort of diaries nowadays where you can, the goal setting diaries and affirmations and stuff, where you have information on there that can help you set goals. I have been looking for information about sort of reminders, right? We wake up in the morning, the first thing we do is go on Facebook and stuff. I just think that we need a better start to the day, a better start so that we can do much more with the day that we already have. It's absolutely crucial that we change ourselves now, our lives now, than to, turn 60 and now you're looking back and saying, I wish I did that, I wish I did this. Now, I never thought that I am going to suffer from something called plantar fasciitis. Like, seriously, I love climbing mountains, I love walking, I actually love running. And having plantar fasciitis basically stops me from doing those things that I wanted to, and I'm only 36. So if you're thinking that you're going to be able to do, you know, all these things, oh yeah, I'm going to do it tomorrow, or I'm going to do it next year, or I'm going to do it 5 years down the line. Well, you don't know what's going to happen 5 years down the line. You don't know, okay? So let's basically change our thinking to this is the last year of our lives, okay? What would you do if this was your last year, okay? You do things differently because you would want to achieve those things, and that would make you happy even if you died. And I think everybody should think like that, that this year that is coming is your last year. Let's just put it down. Last year, what would you do? What all would you want to achieve? Because thinking, oh yeah, I'll do it in 5 years, I'll do it in 10 years, I'll do it in, you know, whatever. It's leaving these things to the, you know, basically leaving it to the last, I can't even say minute, leaving it to the end and hoping that somehow it will happen. When it's not happening, we get so disappointed. But we can't make something, you know, if we don't even start. So start today, whatever it is that you want to achieve. I have to stop because I'm pushing the limit now. I want to wish every one of you a very, very happy new year. And all the best for 2020. And I hope you set those goals that we've been talking about and hopefully achieve them much better than you ever have. And I just want to wish everybody a great start to the year.